Dear John, I must be crazy writing this letter to you now after all of these years. It would have made more sense to have written it sooner, but you see, that wasn't possible then. Because when you left, my voice left with you. The quiet was deafening, and the longing was too great to withstand. And even writing you a letter or mentioning you in one would have broken me into a million pieces all over again. The truth is, I was so ashamed. I allowed the fall of us to symbolize everything that was wrong with me and to validate all the voices that told me I wasn't good enough. And when you moved on, I second-guessed everything I thought we once had. I replayed our first date over and over again. From the way you smiled at me, to the way you playfully ate the sushi off of my plate, and the way we walked back to your car, together holding hands like we'd been doing it forever, feeling with certainty that this was different. But then I thought, was it just me? Was it just me who fell in love? Was that even possible? And when we broke up, you said you'd always remember that you loved me, and you'd never say it wasn't so. I held on to that like it was some sort of consolation prize to have been loved by you. And I carried the shame of having been hurt by you like it was some symbol of brokenness. Because you see, it wasn't all that simple. You said things during that time where we weren't together but weren't yet fully apart. That time in many breakups, that gray space, the uncertainty, the hoping it could work out but knowing it won't space. You said things that hurt, that took this long for me to unravel and shed from my being. It's like all along you knew it wasn't me. Yet somehow, even though I felt an underlying current of an enormity too great to face, I just kept going with the idea of us, denying my way through it all until I fell on my face, when tears the only thing to break my fall. I cried a lot then, and that's not saying much. I grieved when the pain reserved for the dead, because when I lost you, I died inside too. I looked for answers where there weren't any. I scraped the inside of my mind for clues until every memory was extracted and laid before me, like the evidence of a crime scene. But the case was never solved because I thought the only way to solve it was for you to love me. It took me 10 years, but hey, I got here at least. You see, I reopened the case when I realized it was never going away. I looked really hard again and I realized something. You can't hurt someone who isn't already hurting. Your words pierced my heart because you said out loud the things I said to myself when no one was around. You nailed every belief, doubt, and fear I held true for myself, and when you fed it to me, I devoured it, mistakenly thought it was up to you to fix me. You weren't the villain or the prick like my friends tried to say. They didn't realize it then, and neither did I. It wasn't because I loved you, but because of what I came later to understand. You were my mirror, my best emotional reflection into all of the areas that needed tenderness and love. I didn't nurture me after us. I beat myself up until I walked into this new world, a hidden version of myself. And now here I am, and it's been a while, and I wonder. You see, I've got it now that I gave you my power, and now I've come to take it back. I'm investing it in ways that uplift me and remind me of my greatness. And when I do think of you, which I do sometimes, it still hurts. Because I'm reminded of a time where I felt ashamed of feeling pain. Today, I am grateful for the lessons you have brought into my life unknowingly. I am grateful for the opportunity to love myself unconditionally, regardless of who loves me. And I am grateful for my tears that remind me that I am human, capable of the greatest feelings and aspirations out there. And so I wonder, how are you?